Let's take a look. Biden takes DNC stage to make case for Harris's presidency.
The historic passing of the torch in the Democratic Party. President Joe Biden ended day one of the DNC by looking back at his more than 5-decade-long career and forward to Vice President Kamala Harris's official nomination in a ceremonial roll call. The vice president also made a surprise appearance last night. Tony, how you holding up? Because we were on the air way past midnight last night.
Yeah. The morning came extra early.
Bro, it was nap time for everybody at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Because the night was so long, some of our viewers may have fallen asleep, so we'll clue them into what they missed. Joe Biden's speech didn't start until after 11 p.m., and what was billed as a day one keynote spilled all the way into day two. 50 years in public life he covered. He was too young to be president when he started in public life, and now, as he joked from the stage, he's too old, apparently. But in addition to being a sort of goodbye, his speech was also a handoff to Kamala Harris, who got the loudest applause of the night by far. And all the other big speeches, from Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez to 2016 Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton, among many, many others, they all made the case for Harris as the one who, as Clinton put it, can finally break that highest and hardest glass ceiling.
You know, one thing I will make note of that I personally appreciate is that Kamala Harris never talks about the glass ceiling. That's not even a point of consideration. It's very, in my opinion, it's an awesome thing to not pay attention to. Talking about the glass ceiling is a very silly way to try and do political campaigning in general. Like, you're a politician. You need to create team loyalty with your policies. You can't just have team loyalty and demand team loyalty because you're just like a woman and other women are going to be excited that you're going to be the president or anything like that. Or at least it hasn't really worked in terms of political campaigning. It didn't work with Hillary Clinton in 2016. I do appreciate that. As a matter of fact, I was listening to NPR Politics last night, and they were literally talking about how cool it is that, or how smart it is that Kamala Harris rarely ever brings that up at all. It's obvious. If she were to become president, she would be the first Indian president. She would be the first black female president. And obviously would shatter numerous glass ceilings or whatever, but like, they literally play the fight song after Hillary's speech. I know. Listen, it's just like, these people are libbed up, okay? I was talking to Donnie earlier when we were driving in here. We came in with CNN, which was pretty sick. And when I was talking to Donnie, one thing that we were talking about is like how out of touch the DC bubble is. There is this like bubble in DC, right? And that how we were so oblivious to what was going on in the real world while we're here. While we're in this area, which is where news are happening, and you have all of these mainstream media outlets in one area, we unironically, this is the least in tune I am with what's going on in the world. Okay, when I'm in the heart of it, it's the one time where I'm just like completely oblivious to the real world and what the fuck's going on. It is a real bubble. And Donnie brought up the fact that that's how DC is, and it basically moved here for the week. And it's kind of interesting to think about. Like, these guys, I think, are very insulated from the reality overall. I think that this is how you stay in that fucking bubble, where you're constantly surrounded by other people who are like-minded and care about the same exact things. It's like pretty easy to just like lose sight of broader issues. Now, you say LA is a bubble, but you have to remember, I'm not in LA. I'm online. And I'm so fucking locked into every little thing that is happening to the best of my ability as a human being. So for me, when I'm in LA, when I'm in my streaming setup, I'm seeing literally everything that's going on. I have 50,000 people in here like constantly fucking beaming me new things that are happening, micro changes that are occurring in the world in real time. So although online doesn't depict reality, like I feel that I am way more in tune with what the fuck is going on in the real world when I'm not at the center of all of this stuff that's happening. I think I might do a AOC interview tomorrow, by the way. That's what we're probably going to do. I was talking to her right before I started stream. Poggies. Bro, AOC's been on the stream more than any other politician. It's not that exciting. It's not exactly an exciting moment. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's cool, though. It's chill. Chat, this is normal. AOC is a HasanAbi. She's in here.
There was a different scene as people protested the White House's handling of the war in Gaza, and some clashed with police after breaking through a barrier. But inside this arena last evening, joy and admiration. And for more on that, we are joined by our chief White House correspondent, Nancy Cordes. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning to you, Tony. And yeah, admiration for the keynote speaker, the President of the United States, who really capped a raucous night one and a reinvigorated party that feels a lot more bullish about its chances. The president was greeted with an extended standing ovation.
It's been the honor of my lifetime to serve as your president. I love the job. but I love my country more.
Am I crazy in feeling like a big part of the thank you, Joe chants were unironic and from the perspective of thank fuck for finally stepping aside? I think some people are doing that, but you have to remember, this is the fucking DNC. I think hella people that are here literally do love Joe Biden. Like, you have to remember something, like, these people, there's a lot of Glazers here, okay? There's a lot of people who unironically row with Biden. If there is a sum total of like 50,000 Americans who like literally were Biden dead enders, they're here right now, okay? We are in the epicenter of the Democratic Party's top fucking loyalists, okay? There's obviously different people with different perspectives in here, but for the most part, if you're gonna get a fucking crowd of people to enthusiastically say we love Joe Biden, it's this group of people. That's the other side of this story, is that like the Democratic Party still values loyalty, right? Above all else. Loyalty to a fault, in my opinion. In this situation, it's loyalty to a fault. Like, you got that chick, the Gen Z for Change chick, like Olivia Giuliana or whatever. She's like one of the speakers of the DNC. That person quite literally has zero political instinct and actual zero fucking, she does not represent an actual constituency. There are no real 35 and under voters in the Democratic Party, in the Republican Party, doesn't matter. There are no real 35 and under voters legitimately going, I'm a Biden dead ender, as she was, and saying that like they don't care about Gaza, as she has been noticeably quiet, and also simultaneously has wanted to get Josh Shapiro on in the VP slot. She didn't get any of those fucking wishes, but it doesn't matter. The Democratic Party rewards loyalty to the party to a fault. That's what I'm saying. That is not a real Zoomer or someone who represents the interests of Zoomers. I think that is more so someone who boomers hope Zoomers are like. Do you see what I mean? There's a lot of boomers that are, important constituencies, that represent important constituencies, that are Democratic Party loyalists, and they hope that there are Zoomers out there that represent their worldview. The thing is, that's not the case.
Before a sea of "We Love Joe" signs, and with Kamala Harris looking on, President Biden addressed the convention that just weeks ago was planned for him, but now centers around his vice president.
Here's how Joe can still win. As the only person who is still riding with Biden and who will write Joe Biden's name come November, here's how Joe can still win. As you guys know, this is, there's 52,000 people in here. We're all riding strong. We're all in swing states, and we will all obviously be riding Joe Biden. I think they stole this from him. I think it was a coup d'etat, and I think that it's really fucked up. It's really fucked up that they're making him do a speech at his own funeral. It's really messed up. Where's the democratic process? 14 million votes. 14 million people voted for Joe Biden in the primaries. Just saying. I think, is he behind you? Be honest. Yeah, he is holding a gun to me right now. Joe Biden is right on the other. Come on, Jack. Wait, the DNC people left, right? Okay. Oh, thank God. Oh shit. They're always in the room. It scares me a little bit. Look alive. Here's how we can push Biden left. We can push Biden left. He will win if you vote for him. He has a secret speech where he does exactly what Trump tweeted in his insane Yao fanfic. Patriots stand up. Yeah. Very unprofessional. Turning up to the DNC in a tank top. No respect for the institution. Please find a suit and tie. Post haste. Yeah, right, baby. Dude, this is the most respectful thing that I can do to the DNC, okay? Senator Gary Peters tells Kamala Harris to speak up on different Gaza views.
There are some differences, or at least distinct.
Significant Michigan and Middle East news. Gary Peters tells me VP should go public with her split with Biden on Gaza. I think she has differences, he said, adding, be who you are. Ask Peters if he'd convey that to Kamala. Yes, he said. There's a little bit of motion. I like it. New York Times reports a classified document approving Orange President Biden ordered American forces to prepare for possible coordinated nuclear confrontations with Russia, China, and North Korea. Holy moly.
Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton was there to remind Democrats of how close they got to achieving that milestone 8 years ago.
Together, we've put a lot of crack in the highest glass ceiling. And tonight, so close to breaking through once and for all.
She warned them not to get complacent. Elections are unpredictable.
No matter what the polls say, we can't let up.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton hit that, glass ceiling bars, DNC fight song shit. Obviously, it's because, this is, Lib Central. It's Lib Central, and I suspect that's, it's playing well in here. But once again, I think that so much of what is going on and being communicated here, as I've said before, if there's one word that I could describe the DNC and just any kind of convention in general, it is I would probably use the term bubble or out of touch. Like, I think that there is a lot of stuff that the party does that is super in line with what the party has always done, which oftentimes does not resemble the genuine interests of like average Americans. Okay. And I think that that is what's going on here as well, in terms of like Hillary Clinton coming out and just like having this, delivering this speech. Like, I don't think this is like for, bro, they showed you clapping on screen during the Hillary speech last night. No, they outed me. Did you just say, wait, did you get your table inside the DNC, or is this a different area in your hotel room? Is this a different area in your hotel room? I guess we'll never know. I will not be answering that question. I don't want to leak that it's actually a green screen with real time, round the clock, DNC audio being pumped in that we actually have to literally control, paid for by you guys at the top of the hour when I serve a 3-minute ad break.